Hello everyone, this is Tactical Analysis Gaming coming at you live with some Thrones of Britannia. We're returning to our Viking campaign, trying to make the next Great Viking Army. So, a couple of announcements. I've made some updates to my Twitch channel. Right, so I made some updates to the Twitch channel. Check down below. I've just updated some guidelines about communication and my schedule, or my non-existent schedule. I've linked down below. And this is going to be an interesting stream today because we have a storm brewing out there, perfect for us Vikings, right? So, never mind that. Also, today we're making a kind of an experiment with the live stream. So I've got this new microphone that I'm testing out today. It's in preparation for a very special live stream that we will be starting very soon. I'll keep quiet about that. It's just it requires an external mic, not a headset mic. Just that'll cue you in, or maybe give you a note on what to expect. So please let me know how the microphone sounds, if there are any problems, echo, maybe poor audio settings. Please let me know during the stream. And I think without further ado, let's get straight into Thrones of Britannia. Back to our Sudreyar campaign, and haven't actually played this in a while. The last Total War game we live streamed was Queek the Conqueror, where we had a really fun and successful run as Queek, and we're closing in slowly on Carrick 8 Peaks. And last time we live streamed, last time was Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Last time we live streamed Battle Brothers, and that was a fun live stream until the very end, where I made some really horrible decisions, and I lost one really good Battle Brother and a couple of martyrs, which is no big deal, but losses are still painful. So today we're definitely going to be doing a double feature. So we're going to start off with Thrones of Britannia, going to work and experiment with the microphone setup that I have currently, and later on this evening we're going to live stream some BattleTech, because it's really funny. I love Battle Brothers. I really like Total War, Warhammer 2, and Thrones of Britannia. But I gotta say that over the past few nights I've just been going to sleep, and I've always been thinking about BattleTech, the various mech builds, different tactics, different loadouts, contracts, how to best upgrade the Argo, how to best manage salvage and whatnot. So I've just been thinking about it a lot lately. So today we're going to return to it in the evening. But for now, let's get focused on the historical game that is Thrones of Britannia. And again, there's a storm outside, so if you hear rumblings and beatings of the drum, it is because Thor is beating on his anvil and he is angry. So let's remind ourselves of the situation here. Let's just take a look. First of all, let's take a look where our army's at. Right, Eirik, I remember, is recruiting his army to go north towards Upper Crossan to defeat the rebels that are there. And Kettle is... let's see, what were we going to do with Kettle? Let's take a quick look. Let me remind myself of the objectives. We have a couple of missions. Create an alliance with Dublin. That ain't happening. And eliminate Kyrson, or the Scottish kingdom to the east. And we're at war with them because we've been pulled into a war with by Orkneyar, our allies to the north. and they've been getting their butts kicked around by the Scottish allies of. Oh, these are just Scottish rebels, huh? Interesting. Interesting. I thought this was Athfokla, the... No, they're down here. Yeah, Athfokla, so that means those are just Scottish rebels going up against Orkneyar. Right. Let's just take a quick look at our public order. Public order in Yoa is not so hot. Right, okay. Sudrayar, we got the law field because we have access to leadership and now military support. And we're going to go down this military support line. Let's see, diplomacy, we're at war with Athfokla and Kirsten. And let's take a look as well. Dublin just does not like us. They don't even want military access, and I have no idea of how to. I mean, I can't send them payments because I'm very poor at the moment because of our military recruitment. Let's see, could we try to ask for peace with Athfokla here? No, they don't like it. Kirsten? No. It's basically we have to fight a war with Kirsten and Athfokla. So I think what we're preparing Ketil here, our son and heir, that's Eirik. I think we're preparing Ketil to make his way north to attack Athfokla and Kirsten through the mountains, I think. Or we're aiming to send him back down to Ireland to go raid and increase tributes. But we'll see. Okay, we can upgrade our Norse warriors into Norse Hersir, which we will do because we have the money. Ketil is good. Let me take a quick look at the economy. Right, our taxes are high because we need to keep that food surplus going. Technology, we're working on military support currently to get fist fighters, then into reinforcement range, and primarily into raiding and sacking income, because that's what we're aiming for. Then let's see, faction, right, Ketil had an illegitimate son, and Hakon, our youngest son, King's Captain, loyalty currently is fine. Right, we hired Finnbogi at last time I remember as a governor. He has issues. He had issues with loyalty, but we put him as a governor, I believe. Then there's Gisli, who's married to Ov, 49-year-old noble married to a 19-year-old daughter. That's okay. And Gisli is at Yoa, the governor of Yoa, right? Which is good for a preacher because Yoa is a monastery, so that's all good. Like, I have no idea what we're going to do with Hakon here. Hakon is a great commander, so I definitely want to get him commanding an army. He's probably going to take over Eirik's command once Eirik dies and Ketil becomes king. I think Ketil is quite a good king because Hakon's a great commander. He's not so hot as a governor or a lord. So Hakon will be the general. Ketil will be the king because he's pretty good. Word is bond, talented with the bow. Right, yeah, he's pretty good. Pillager. Priest, forager, that's food production. Right, I'm going with quartermaster for increased movement speed as well as supplies. Quartermaster is just sort of the strategic or the increase of efficiency in recruiting and moving around on the strategic map. But it's 15 campaign unit range, commanded force or own armies in Goblet province. Right. And also upkeep. I think the next upgrades for Kettle would be... For Kettle, where you at? For Kettle would actually be Pillager for raiding income. Raiding and sacking income. Because that's basically what we're aiming to do here. Before we establish and maybe conquer southwards or towards Ireland or eastwards towards Scotland, we want to build up our wealth currently. Right, so we're going to give Adic a couple of turns to replenish his troops and sail northwards, and Kettle... It's the Great Viking Army. Kettle, I think, just took over Kel Beltane, or he took it back. So I think we're going to sail back north and send Kettle to campaign against the Scottish rebels. And maybe Atfoclete. Yeah, so we ended up fighting this faction here of Galgoidal, and we forced them into Ireland, and then they came over and took over Dun Aberte that we lost to rebels. But alas, that's what happened, and we are just going to proceed towards... Let's focus on our current enemy of Scotland, since we need to try to work on this war fervor issue here. Because we've been consistently losing war fervor. So we need to take care of that. Aside from that, public order is okay. Right. We have poor public order in Yoa because of occupation from the rebels, I believe. And then everywhere else it's quite fine because we have the law field, the thing. So that should be fine and dandy. Alright, so let's get into the next turn and get to work on fighting the Scots. So in terms of long-term strategy, so we don't have enough income to really construct buildings much, so that's where the raiding and sacking comes in. So I think what we're going to use Adic for, he's going to head over, take back Upper Crossan, and then he's going to sail back to Ireland and go raid, because I think Adic isn't going to last for long, because he's quite old for medieval standards, and then while Kettle campaigns against the Scots. Okay, send out the ships. Your warriors and sailors are eager to take the long ships to sea. The fleet is ready to set sail and explore the world beyond your shores in search of trade. So eastwards that's towards Rus, northwards is towards Iceland, southeast would be towards Frisia, maybe Francia, and then south would be towards, well, Francia. I like the idea of going south towards Francia, so let's go south. Right, okay. So Adic, your forces are quite ready. Maybe give it one more turn before heading over to Upper Crossan. And then let's get Kettle heading over to... Send Kettle over to Dun At. Yeah, I know we're going to trespass with Galgoidal. They don't like us anyways, so... Oh, well. Okay, let's just take a quick look at Galgoidal. Where are you at? Yeah, they hate us. They hate us. They're probably sending an army towards Yoa or Bornes. But we have a good garrison there, so... I might just actually recruit Hakon as an army in case Galgoidal does declare war on us, that we send Hakon to just basically take over all these port cities for ourselves. Possibly. Alright, we'll give Eirik one more turn and then we're going to sail northwards to Upper Krosan. Right, so we have more food, probably with taxes. If we reduce it, we're not going to have enough food, right? Yep. So we have to keep the taxes up. Drew in Alban and Yoa. Here I think we want a bell tower to increase public order. Right. Aside from that, public order is quite fine. Right. Next turn, because there isn't much else to do here. To some extent, I do wish that Orkneyar didn't actually bring us into a war with Scotland, but in fact that's one of our missions, so it's best to actually, I think, double down on it. It's just that we're going to have to fight a long land war. Windstorm, damaged buildings. Where's this? Stornokoi? Yeah. Well, we're definitely not going to repair there. Okay, Captain Spring, mic picks up a little noise from your fan, I think, but your voice sounds okay. Okay, good. Keep that in mind. Right, we'll repair this. Should take care of the food shortage. Alright, Eirik, let's get you moving on out here. Okay, and then let's bring Kettle northwards. And we definitely don't want to walk through Strat Klut unless we do want to attack Strat Klut. Just take a quick look at diplomacy. Strat Klut I don't think likes us very much, plus it's deteriorating. Military allies Afokla, and they're at war with Westernas and North Lyod. Maybe we do attack through Strat Klut and then go through Strat Klut and attack the southern territories of Tirsen or Sirsen. Maybe that's the way to do it, because if we go and attack Athfokla or the Scottish rebels, that's going to take Kettle all the way north. Whereas if we concentrate our efforts against Strat Klut, we can get a foothold in northern England here and cut Kirsten off from moving down further southwards. So maybe a war against Strat Klut is in order with Kettle. Because Orkneyar is going to take care of the Scots here anyways. Might even end up sending Eirik up further north here. Take over Thursa and Lethine. Because Orkneyar is having a bit of trouble here against Scotland. Right. Right. So we have a garrison at Dunat, because that's going to be the main stronghold here. Yeah, let's send... I think we're going to go against Strat Klut. Right. Take a quick look at the missions. Eliminate. Right, that's eliminate them. And then... I mean, an alliance with Dublin is unlikely to happen anytime soon, I think, since they don't like us for whatever reason. could join war against Connacht. But let's not worry about that right now. Maybe Dublin will get destroyed anyways. Sort of hoping for that, I suppose. Right. Okay, next turn. We don't have much income to work with as it is. In the memento, I'm going to turn on the light. It's getting a little dark in here. Magic happened. The light turned on by itself. Development arenas, right. That adds fist fighters. Let's see, if we go with professional warriors, that'll increase the upkeep, but it'll reduce the recruitment cost. Messengers, reinforcement range, systematic rating. I think I like the rating aspect of it. And then Warlord's Power, Warfare per turn. I think I like going down this military support line to focus on rating. Yeah, and Kettle's gonna need some time to replenish. And Eirik keeps sailing towards Upper Crossan. And then we'll take it. And then I think we will actually sail northwards to take down these northern territories, get a foothold up there. And for the time being, we're going to save up money. There isn't much to build here. I mean, we could do a bell tower, increase money from the church, but there is no monastery area here. It's mostly actually industry with these iron veins. Watermill, toolmaker increases income from industry, tradable resources, blacksmith, industry, armor, right, library, research rate, and church. But again, we don't get income from a church. The bell tower doesn't give a flat bonus of, or flat income as it is. So, right, plenty of fish stalls here, fishing jetties. We might work on tide hall. It's for siege holdout or granary, which would give more food and more unit replenishment. What about the mill? It's more trading, but it requires resources from industry and hunting villages, and we don't have. Well, we have one building of industry in the lead mine, but that's it. Maybe mostly granary, the granary or the... Yeah, I think the granary works better here. More food. Yep, okay. But so far no construction in the Sudreyar province. Oi, I'm being a Viking. Okay, next turn. But I think it might be quite nice to have another small army under Hakon, recruited from Bornes, and to go down south to raid Ireland. Who's this? Orkneyar against Ulaid. Where's Ulaid? Down south. That's actually a perfect excuse to go against Ireland and go raid these territories. Just ask for a little bit of money from them. Okay, fine. They don't like it. Okay, the west lies ahead. Crossing was rough, but your expedition has won through to the menu. Will you have them land here or carry on further south, either by sea or upriver? Let's use the rivers. This is France. Dublin annexes Brega. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so we have more food, so we can recruit an army for Hakon if we so desire. But as it stands, Kettle is coming up to an At. I'm thinking we might actually recruit a full stack army for Kettle and go after Stratklut that way. Just have full strength. Right. 8 units in Upper Croissant. I think we'd be able to take care of it, despite our slightly lower numbers. Do we recruit more units for Kettle, or do we actually go for an army for Hakon to go raid Ireland? I think Kettle. Let's focus on the objectives at hand to solidify our position in the north, then focus on Ireland. Let's see, who could we recruit? Go with the shield biters. That would be a great core for our army. Norse Hersier. There's Eastmen Hirdmen. They're better. Quite a bit better, actually. And Eastmen Axemen. We don't really need cavalry. Shield biters would be really good here. Let's see, that would be 800. And in terms of food, we can recruit up to 4 more units. I think maybe fewer units that are much better. Since we have some spearmen, spear hirdmen, and a core of swordsmen with some axemen to support on the flanks. So maybe strengthen the sword and axe component. Some archers. Don't need any archers, nor do we need javelin men. I'm a little hesitant to recruit any more units for Kettle. I just want to save up the money in case we do need to recruit another army, or do shift our focus down southwards towards Ireland for the raiding, because right now we're focusing more on a conquest basis, on a conquering mission, whereas I want to focus more on raiding. That's been a little bit difficult to do. What's the strength of Stratklut? Do we know? Stratklut, 16 versus 3. Their territory is quite low. I think we'd be able to defeat them with our current force. So let's head eastwards. Yeah. We'll attack Stratklut next turn. Or whenever Kettle gets over there. Alright, and next turn we'll retake Upper Croissant and then sail back northwards to recover Orkneyar's lost lands. Or should they take care of it? Because those are just lands sitting there doing nothing. Whoa, what a downpour. Wow. Incredible. I suppose the Vikings sailed through this kind of thing, right? Wow. Okay. Westernos is destroyed. Dewa is destroyed. South of Britannia, that's fine. See, so there's no more Westernos. It's probably been taken over by the Scots here. Alright, let's get to Kettle, or Adic. Let's just auto-resolve this. This shouldn't be too difficult. Just take a quick save. Take back Upper Crossan. We have more ranged units, so let's fight defensively. Excellent. Occupy, because we need it. Excellent. Taking care of some raiders or rebels. Let's fix up everything here. There's a lot of industrial construction here, so I'm thinking we might end up going for like a blacksmith or a tool maker, which requires tools, which requires the forge or Stadforkir blacksmith chain. So basically we should go for a blacksmith here if we want to increase the industry within the Drun Alban province. So Orkneyar's focusing here. They haven't done anything to the north. It's Latharn and Thursa. Do we send Aedic northwards, or do we actually bring him towards Ireland and let Orkney take care of this land? I don't know. I really don't know. Orkney is just having so much trouble right now. They're getting bogged down against all these Scottish rebels. Maybe sneak in and take over from Orkney, because screw them. Might be worth it. Again, it'll solidify our position in the north. It will stretch us, but it will solidify our position there. Let's see, hunting lodge, fur production. Let's see so this is where the hunting lodge is. Number of units. That's the garrison. Doing take a quick look here. The mill increases fur production, so we would want the mill or the water mill in Drun here. Mills requires a granary. Okay, it's fur production and tradable resources, and there's plenty of fur production in the Royal Lodge here. And then where could we build a granary? First of all, actually at Yoa, I'm thinking of building. Let's see, so we have access to the fist fighters, right? Building the fist fighters. Garrison, Great Hall. It's basically a thing, or an arena. Fist fighters is for unit experience and replenishment, and then the thing is for public order. I see. Might actually burn down the thing instead. Can build. That's for focusing on recruitment, and I don't really want Drun to be a recruitment area. Let's keep saving money for the time being. I still haven't figured out what exactly we're going to do with it. We do need to increase our food production, of course, though maybe reduce taxation. No, we still need to keep that taxation up because food's a problem. Okay. Do we have military access with Orkneyar? Military allies, military access. So yes, we could move through these lands and go after this central Scottish position. But I do like sending Aedic up north, take Thursa, Latharn, and then head down south and strike here in Scotland. I do like that idea, while Kettle strikes from the south. I think that's a good idea. And then we'll think about recruiting an army for Hakon to go down to Ireland. We'll see. since getting to Scotland would be difficult as is, since there are a whole bunch of Scottish rebels and the Scots are far away. Ooh. Oh, they're attacking Ireland. That's okay. Orkneyar and Kyrsten have declared peace. How weak of them. Oh, wow. What's Ule doing here? Take a quick look. Ulaid, they don't like us. Might have to recruit an army at Dun At to counter that. But as it is, we are declaring war on Strathclyde now, because we're here to take care of Kyrsten. Strathclyde, their allies, Northumbria, Beelerborg, Holderness. Since they have Northumbria as their ally, ooh, that's going to pull us further and further south. Maybe then that's not so good an idea. Eirik, though, has a direct line towards this area here, right? Yes, he does. It'll just take a while. So declaring war on Strathclyde will be really difficult. I doubt we'll be able to get military access. Maybe pull Kettle actually back to face off against the incoming Irish, actually, of Ulaid. Yeah, no attack on Strathclyde. Let's return back to Dun At. And Eirik, I think, will send campaigning in the center of Scotland here. So we'll aim for the enemy forces at Dun Nectane. Yep. Good. And for money's sake, Sudreyar, food production, I think maybe increase the royal hall here, so that we get access to the granary. Yeah, granary for food production. Or was it the tithe hall? It's more income. I think we'd go for the granary. Tithe hall is just more money and more supplies, but it reduces public order, and I don't like that. Public order is kind of an issue, especially for us, since it's really difficult to take care of all these different lands. Garrison at Apokrosan. Bell Tower. Can't do library. Bell Tower, Round Tower. Great Round Tower. Great Hall. What increases public order? So the monastic house also increases public order. We might end up having to go with a garrison as well as a monastery here at Yoa, because this public order is knocking us out because of the industry buildings. These mines are not doing so hot. So I'm thinking we do go garrisons in Yoa and increase the monastic house, because that'll be +1 there and another +1 there, so it'll reduce it down by 2. I mean, the occupation will go down a little bit as well, but it's mostly these mines that are hurting the public order. I don't really want to do the garrison, because I'd much rather build something else. Some kind, like a blacksmith, I think, especially in Yoa, to increase the income of the industry. It's also really expensive. There's nothing else that increases public order here. I mean, there's the bell tower, but it increases income of a church, but we have no church income as it is. So, monastic house will just also reduce food production. This will take 4 turns, this will take 8 turns. So maybe we do go for a garrison for the time being, but that reduces food production. Or maybe we go with the bell tower just for the public order. Tough. Tough decisions. Or we could go with the fishing wharf, that'll take 8 turns. Just that I want to get the food production up so that I can also reduce taxes. That's another way of doing it. We just need to find a way to get 20 food out of here. Get 20 food from the herring market. That's really expensive and it'll take a long time. Is there anything we can build in a relatively short time? Could do grain pits for doing art. Let's take a look here. Tide hall, that'll tithe hall. That's for income, granaries for pure food, and siege holdout time. More supplies as well. Fewer supplies, but more food though. I think we might go for a granary at Dunat. That'll take 4 turns, that won't be too long, and that should take care of the food production here. It'll be 30 food, and we'll be able to reduce the taxes down, which should reduce public order issues. Yeah, let's do that. So Dunat, let's build the grain pits here. We don't want the grange. We want the grain pits. Okay, good. So it'll take care of the food in 4 turns, but for the moment we'll keep the taxes up so that we still have a food surplus. And for Yoa, we might end up building a bell tower, though that's really inefficient use of... It's really inefficient. We could go with another granary, tanner, go with a blacksmith. It's mostly public order. Go garrison. Bell tower, if I build the bell tower, it'll solely be for the public order, and unfortunately it won't go anywhere else. Scribe tech. Library. We could try to go for the library, but then again that'll take our attention off of military support. And what does the library do? Library increases research rate and public order. I think maybe bell tower is just simpler. Plus it's the cheapest. Yeah, let's go with bell tower at Yoa. Again, I don't want to expend that money, but it is what it is. Okay, so we're bringing Kettle back to Dunat, and I think we're going to then focus on taking care of Ireland here, or Ulaid, however you pronounce this, since they're starting to encroach into this area here. Okay, next turn, let's see what the Ulaid ends up doing. Since they've declared war on Balgoidal and they've kicked them off. So we're basically we're split on 2 fronts, unfortunately. Eric is going against Scotland, and Kettle will keep his eye on Ulaid. Poitiers lies ahead. As the river approaches the Frankish Highlands, your expedition comes across a large and prosperous town built on a great promontory. Raid. Let's go with raid. We're mostly raiders right now. Haraldr for Kettle. Northeast, that's no problem. Okay, with technology, let's keep going with systematic raiding. And then picking at the carcasses, and then conquerors and warlords' power. Increase corruption, but at least it'll pump up war fervor. Edic. Making our way to Flores will be quicker, so let's do that. Ugh. Attrition, not nice. Okay, so the Irish are still around doing Aberte. And so far they haven't done anything here. Can we try to ask for peace with Kirsen, or will they still be nasty to us? They do want peace. And Fornace here, is this... No, these are just Scottish rebels. We can take care of the Scottish rebels for the time being. Yeah, let's declare peace for the time being. And Athfokla. Let's try to demand payment from them. More money. Okay, fine, 400. 350? Okay, no. Fine, give us just a 300. Good. Okay, that should let us... Tribute increases, increased income from markets. And this will give us a chance to regenerate war fervor. So I suppose in this case we do take a pause then for building up our military and our income. And we can take the time now to plan. So Edic is going to campaign against all these Scottish rebels. Let's clear them out. Kettle. I'm almost considering kicking out the really cheap units, like the Eastmen Warband and the Long Axes. The Eastmen Axemen, they're not as good as the Eastmen Marauders in terms of attack. And they're okay. So yeah, I'm thinking of actually reducing the military that I have from horrible sort of warband units to a more elite class. That'll reduce our strain on food. Maybe that could work. So we kick out 2 of these warbands, then we can reduce the tax rate. Let's do it. Good. That should do it. We're still going to build the granary at Dunat, because that's going to increase replenishment, and Dunat is going to be our base of operations in case we do attack Stratkut and go for sort of a southeastern to east push against Kirsten in the future. Right. Okay, like that. Long Kingdom victory. Well, need to ally with Dublin. I doubt Dublin's going to be happy with us anytime soon. No, we're not going to declare war. Then I could increase an alliance or the relationship with them once we head over to Ireland, which is in our sights. So I'm thinking of aiming to take Dun Aberte back. Are there any buildings that we can construct? Okay, there's no more storm in Sudreyar. Public order's good. We can work on the salt mines here. Salt pans, bonus income, that'll give us more food, market, and then industry. We'd need market buildings then, because the tribute system increases market income, not farm income. But the fish yetis are actually really good because they give so much food. Because herring port also just gives us food. Maybe increase the royal hall here to give us access to another building slot. Let's see what other things we can do. We could keep investing in Dun Art. Or Bornese. Yo, we just want to keep the public order high. So maybe we do invest in Bornese to increase the Great Hall here. And go for market construction. Production. We just go salt pans. That'll just increase income and food production, and we have enough public order. Yeah, let's just go with the salt pans for the time being. Then do we need another garrison there, or an improved garrison? I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, there is no necessity for it. Aside from that, we're good. Alright, next turn. Let's keep pushing forward. So Aedic is going to go take care of the Scottish rebels in the east. And Kettle is going to keep his eyes open on Ireland. For the time being, let's take a pause from any military operations that we've had so far. And work on investment in preparing for the next move. Druin Alban again. Ugh. Alright, Kettle. Oh god. I'm gonna have to trespass Ulaid land. Oh, this is annoying. Aedic, come back here. Man, that's annoying. Oh well, okay. Okay, War Fervor is coming back up, which is great. Anything else for construction? We don't really need to improve the thing. It's industry, monastery buildings, that's for lead. It's food production, don't really need anything there currently. Kettle. It's a massive army down south of Dun Aberte. I'd love to take it back and then start raiding in Ireland. Or do we send Kettle northwards? Let's send Kettle northwards. Again, let's take care of the Scottish lands that Orkneyar has lost, since that's where our attention is being pulled anyways. Let's do it. Plus, it's just free lands ready to be taken over. All we need is to put in some attention. Forace is probably going to be taken over by Orkney, but we'll get Dun Nectane and then retreat back. And then Aedic can go raid at Thursa and Latharn. Good, let's keep rolling. I really hope Ireland doesn't declare war on us. Or Ulaid, or whatever that faction is. General's experience bonus. Tribute, cultural benefits, XP for generals per turn, minus 20 tribute. I like that. We're gonna pay that tribute. Kettle. Pillager. We're going to go with Quartermaster. Keep improving that strategic movement. Great. Speaking of which, who had a child? It was Kettle. Perfect. Kettle is exactly the person who needs to have children, because he's our heir. Our heir apparent. Let's take it. Looks like that didn't work out. Oh, come on. Seriously? We had an advantage. Oh, this is annoying. Okay. We'll hire Hakon then. Negotiator, tactical, boring. Yep. Hire him. And let's hire his army up. That was really annoying. Okay then. Let's not spend too much money here. We'll just bring in, spend marauders, long axes. It's 20. Let's go with unit of long axe. No, too expensive. Let's just go with Eastmen Warband and head over to help out Aedic here. That was silly. Come on. The auto-resolve was in our favor. Suppose all we need is bodies, right? Good. I don't like this army here. In southern Dunat. The Irish are getting quite ambitious. Dune Kaelden. Raiding party succeeded. Treasury 1000. That's quite nice. Raid this area. We'll raid it sooner or later. Oh no, you don't. Men of Alba. This is so annoying. We'll besiege them, wait for Hakon to get here with reinforcements. Right, we're lowering our income. Right, so that Athfokla army is probably going to take Dun McTain before we do. That's where it's going, right? Ugh! Annoying. Very, very annoying. So then what do we do instead? We could bring Kettle back and refocus on fighting against Ireland here. Right, Orkney is gonna go take back those provinces, those territories. Let's retreat back to Dunat, or Dun Oleg. I don't like the fact that the Irish are running around here. Oh, Yoa, nice. You have you don't have any more public order problems. That's nice. Let's see, industry, upkeep for all units, iron, it's really expensive. I want to save up money for recruiting an army for Kettle. Oh, the raid was successful, that's why I have so much public order. I see. In that case, let's actually bump the tax level up. Since the raids were successful, let's keep that income coming on. Then I suppose we'll have Kettle recruit an army to face down Ulaid here. That's a powerful army, I gotta say. Okay, let's focus on Ireland right now, since the Scots and Orkneyar have been butting heads so much. Let's focus on Ireland. Let's go raid and pillage Ireland and inject more income into our provinces. Okay, right. More technology. Perfect. That's exactly what we're going for. Picking at the carcasses. Is there any other technology, civic technology? I mean, the leadership technology isn't not. I'm not really interested in that. Trade, though, I'm quite interested. Market hall chain, whatever that is, and then maybe even agriculture. Right. Let's get some new units here. We're definitely going to go with the shield biters. We're going to go with the Eastmen, Hirtmen, Norse, Hersir, because those are high quality units. Eric. There we go. Hopefully this will take care of the rebels. And will act aggressive since they have more ranged units. There we go. That's how it was supposed to go. Occupy. Jeez, finally. Adic. Your zeal. Or you have a bard just because. What is Bond? Seafarer. Let's go with Quartermaster. And Hakon. Hakon, let's, I think, try to get your troops into Adic's army. Let's repair Aporkrosan's mine, of course. Right, Hakon, you're going to merge your army here. We're going to... We're going to send Adic down south, because Orkneyar is going to go take care of all these Scottish rebels. And let's focus on Ulaid, because Kettle's going to go tackle the Irish army just stomping around doing odds here. Right. Drun Alban. Problems because of occupation, but that's probably not going to last too long. Good. Need a couple more, or a few more units for Kettle, and then we can face off against the Irish. Get them off our land. Or they're just gonna run away. And attack Orkneyar, maybe? Or the Scots? Lower influence. Faction leader. Pay him off. It's Cormacher. Paying him off 500, that's not nice. Sure. Finnbogi, your governor, increase you as your scribe. Let's bring Kettle down closer here. Finnbogi gets lush, nice. Okay. Let's take a quick look at diplomacy. Ulaid, what's your diplomatic stance? Aha, you're enemies of Orkneyar. That's why you're heading northwards to attack Orkneyar. Attack our ally. And let's kick Hakon out of here. Loyalty is fine. Kettle has Ivar. Nice, I like it. Okay, Eirik. Not many more troops we can hire here. Let's see, let's make sure that actually Aporkrosan is doing fine, shall we? Yeah, we'll give Eirik a turn to replenish. What I'm thinking actually is, since this big Irish army is heading north for whatever reason, Kettle is actually going to head down south and take over Dun Aberte and then head down to Ireland and raid, while Eirik is going to shadow the Irish army fighting against Orkneyar here from Aporkrosan. I think that's what we'll do. Because again, I want to raid and pillage the Irish more than I want to fight against Scotland, because Scotland is far to the east. It's not something that I'm concerned about currently. I'm more concerned about money. That's the main problem here. Delayed. Faction destroyed. Hayden, you're coming back, huh? Why are you coming back? Let's see, any new units to recruit? I'd rather have a full army for Kettle here. Let's go to the Norse Hersir. And Marauders, Axemen. Go the Axemen and a Spear Warband. Good. The reason why we're also taxing so much is we have a lot of public order for 7 more turns, so that should be quite good. Okay, let's send Eirik over to... Let's see, do we leave Eirik here to replenish, or do we head down south towards Ireland? We could send him down to Yoa. Let's head down south to Yoa and replenish there. And we're preparing Kettle to face off against the Irish here. Basically, we're getting ready for a war against the Irish. Right, because they have a whole lot of lands just ripe for sacking, like Dunseburgi and all these ports over here and coastal areas. And Dun Aberte I want to take for myself. But for civic, agriculture, right, that's open military. Probably go for professional warriors actually at some point. It's quite difficult thinking as a Viking, gotta say. Because again, the territory far north is so spread out, your security against rebels is very low. But also your capabilities to strike are quite difficult. Once you commit, it's very difficult to, shall we say, uncommit. Hakon, I'd love to find a wife for you. Could attack Uleith now, while Eirik is making his way down south. Because our war fervor is okay. There's a massive Irish army here of descendants of Niall. Let's see, what's our unit pool here? We could recruit Hakon here with a support army to help out against the Irish. But I do want to give myself a couple more turns of replenishment here. And then we can attack the Irish. Let's see, do we need a bell tower or improving Yoa here? No, not quite. Good for food production. Let's keep that tax rate up to get more income. Right, let's keep bringing Adic down to Yoa. And if the Irish don't do anything here, I think we will attack them with Kettle. Because they have another Irish army coming up to Dun Aberte. Well, that sort of works. And they've taken back all their territories. Sure, let's do it. Right, technology, conquerors, -1, all regions, warlord's power, not interested in that quite yet. Community, not quite interested. Agriculture, supplies, village, state, farm, not quite interested. We want the trade within the market hall chain or conquer a region at the highest level. That'll be difficult to get. So let's go with professional warriors. Let's see, what's the market chain? It's this one, right? It's the leather tanner. That's what I want to build actually at Dun At because of the furs being produced there. Unless they want to build a trade building in Dun Aberte. That's possible. Right, so we're probably going to lose Keldeltane from this Irish army. Keldeltane has food, which is fine. Adic, get over here quickly. Let's see, so the Irish army is mostly spearmen. A couple of really good ones, like the spear raiders are quite good, wood spears, freemen, spearmen, and they have a lot of skirmishers. We have fewer skirmishers, but we have a very strong main line of Norse Hersir and axemen as well, and more cavalry. I think at this point we should build up Dun At, the Royal Hall, to give us access to the Tanner, or keep the money in case of a shock. Yeah, let's go attack the Irish now. And we'll fight this battle personally. We're going to quick save, and let's manually fight. Okay, at this point, I'm going to run over to the little boy's room, and when we come back, we'll fight against the Irish here. This will be a really fun battle, considering the Irish are technically far superior in command. So I shall be right back. Alright, we are back. So, since we have the advantage of shock infantry, we're probably going to take an aggressive stance here. Thor's being angry outside. Okay, I think we are going to fight in the fog to reduce the visibility of the enemy skirmisher line. Let's see. Current swordsmen, spear raiders, wood spears. I think basically their main line. May reduce the sound here just a little bit. It's getting a little loud. Right, so we're going to probably just strike at them with most of our line. So let's see, we've got shield biters. They are our best, right? Yes, they are. So we're going to post them in the center line. Shield biters, Norse Hersir. Fortunately, they have the hill advantage, so I'm thinking we might approach from this angle here. Or do we just go straight up? Might just go straight up. Yeah, let's just go straight at the Irish here. Right. Okay, so the shield biters will be in the center. They'll probably be able to clean house with a lot of the Irish here. We're going to keep the skirmishers in the second rank. We're going to keep the cavalry on the left flank. And spearmen will also be on the flanks to counteract any Irish cavalry. We're going to shift the spearmen around here. Eastmen, Hirdmen, Spear Hirdmen. Quite a long line here, I gotta say. Let's see. How many units do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the front. Probably 10. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in the front. Probably will keep the spearmen actually in reserve and instead have axemen on the flanks. And we will stack up a little bit more. Here we go. Do we go with just a single massive line? I almost feel that these damaged units are actually best used as the reserve. So we'll keep them as the reserve. Long axes will go on the flank. We're going to use the shield biters to attack the Irish directly. We're not going to keep them in reserve. So we're going to have 4 units in reserve. They're going to be the second line led by Kettle. Here we go. And the spearmen will also be in the second row. Here we go. And the long axes will go in the main line. They'll actually go, I think, straight with the shield biters. Well, let's see, in the center, the Irish have their shield biters, long axes. They might be best actually on the flanks instead, so we'll actually put the shield biters to the right, as well as the long axes. They'll go through the woods here. Okay, so that'll be our main line. Supported, so it'll be group 1, then the second rank will be group 2 with the reserve. Then the archers will be group 3. There we go. And the goal of the archers is going to aim down the enemy archers, the wood kerns, or kerns, because these are all javelin men, right? Probably aim down the freeman archers, actually. Okay, and then the cavalry on the left flank will cover our advance. Good. I think we'll be able to win this through shock, mostly. Our Norse Hersir, I think, will be able to quite nicely break through any Irish front line. So let us advance. We're going to advance slowly. I don't want to run. Don't want to exhaust myself. See, they have the enemy. Ah, okay, so they have the enemy general in the cavalry unit. So we're going to bring in our own horse skirmishers and skirmish with their leader. They have 8 horsemen and horseboys on their left flank. So probably keep our eyes open for any ambush there. Good. They're retreating. They're just reforming the line. Where are they shifting to? Throw javelins, please. They don't like it. Okay, let's just throw a couple of javelins. Come on, you can do better than this. The fact that they don't have 360 range is actually not so nice. Okay, let's just reshuffle the line a little bit, position all the units. Okay, cavalry, let's get out of here. I don't want to face off against the enemy cav. They are superior. Okay, we're actually going to bring the spearmen herd over to the left. Let's bring out the archers against the enemy archers. Post the cavalry on the far left flank. Start skirmishing. And they have fewer skirmishers, so let's take care of their archers before we advance. Okay, so far so good. Let's move in the second line a little bit closer. Yeah, and the AI is being weird, as usual. Alright, well let's advance under the fire of the skirmishers. Second row, advance in reserve. Keep the archers firing, good. Cavalry just stay on the flanks. And now we charge. Alright, let's send the spearmen off to the right. Okay, let's bring the archers in closer, keep the spearmen on the left, keep the spearmen on the right. In case of enemy cav. Let's target the enemy general with the archers. Let's bring in a couple of units into the center here. Bring the general closer to rally. Let's bring the scout archer or scout horseman over to the left and go attack. Nope, not quite yet. Skirmish with the archers. Yes, he is. Let's go with rally. Okay, so far so good. We've broken the Irish here. Let's advance the right flank here, positioning along the woods. Very nice. Our cavalry is getting its horsetail kicked. Drop a rally on everyone. Let's actually pull the leader back because we don't want a mosh pit here. So far so good. Right, it's unfortunate that we don't have any more cavalry. Oh, perfect that the enemy general is dead. Eorig warband. Okay, so far so good. The Irish should be breaking soon. Okay, bring the archers back. Where are you running? Off to. Let's send some units to pursue the Irish skirmishers. Bring the shield biters closer to the center. Let's bring this line in to cut off the Irish retreat. Lost too many spearmen, I gotta say. Alright, this is why you play as the Vikings. Superior infantry in almost every regard. Be careful, don't lose too many archers. Ketzel's been actually under fire here. That's fine. Alright, now we just need to chase down these Irish skirmishers. Ugh, it's gonna take a while. Or not. Or we just win. Great, let's save the replay, I like that. Battle of Dunat. Nice. Again, the reason why we won here is through shock combat. The Irish don't have, or at least Uleid, whatever the Irish faction is, doesn't have that much in the way of heavy infantry. And plus I focused a lot of my early research on that heavy infantry. And we have all these Norse Hersir to lose our cavalry though. Money gain, kill captives, take on warriors. I mean, we're in our own land. I think we'll just ransom. Very nice. Very nice. Let's go finish them off. And aggressive stance to counteract enemy skirmishers. Very nice. And more ransoming. Let's return back to Dunat. And here we can actually recruit some cavalry that we lost. We're going to go with Eastman scouts. And we're actually going to kick out... No, we need the spearmen. We need spearmen on both of the flanks to be able to counteract enemy cavalry. So we're going to take a couple of turns to replenish, and then we're going to head down south towards Dun Aberte. And Eirik is making his way down to Yoa to recruit his army in preparation for raiding Ireland here, since we've declared war on it. We could recruit an army at Keldeltane, but there's nobody... I don't have any more units to recruit. I have plenty of food, but no units. So we have good fame or looter influence. Right. How's Dublin doing, by the way? Slightly improving. but I join war against Lagan just to try to increase their attitude towards us so that we can try to get that alliance with them. That'll also open up more territory for us to raid, so let's do it. Nice. Can we try to go for military access? Nope. Okay, obviously they're not going to be a vassal. Defensive pact? No. Okay, that's fine. Very nice. Okay, so right now we're focusing on professional warriors, and we're probably going to go into maybe spearmen units. Let's see, recruitment, research, warrior society. Technology, warrior society. Oh, so we do need to go all the way up here. Plus 1 food upkeep, replenishment chance. I think in this case we'll just go straight to warrior society. We'll run through that just to get all the main units. I really want that trade technology as well, since our tribute system is based around market income. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of money. Let's see what we can do with this. I was gonna upgrade Dun At so that we have access to another building slot to build the Tanner, since that synergizes very nicely with the hunting lodge here. So we build the hunting lodge. Royal Hall will take 8 turns. This will take 10 turns. Let's see, what about Bornese? What could we do with Bornese or Sudreyar? This is just food, some market and industry income. Do I need this herring market? That's 35 food, that's quite a bit. Oh, we can't actually get rid of it, that's part of Bornese. Okay. Croissant, Yoa. There isn't much we can do with the Yoa. So I'm actually going to invest more money into Dun At. So I'm thinking we go with the grain silo to increase replenishment even further. And we'll also go with the hunting lodge or the royal lodge to increase that food production and fur production. Good. So let's focus our money on the Airer Goidel province here. And then Ketel's next target is Dun Aberte, while Eirik recruits his army at Yoa. Good. And at Yoa, I actually want to build the monastery here and then the blacksmith, because we have a lot of mines here, which gives us industry income, and blacksmiths double down on that. Great, next turn. So we're probably going to lose Kildaltane. Eirik will go take care of it. Right. So shifting our attention down to Ireland, a land of plenty of money. Yep, Kildaltane is theirs, of course. Wars are very fluid here. See, Gisli, you are governor of... Where are you governing? Military force. We're going to increase your scribe. Keen on fishing. Yeah, you're all. Oh, you're in Yoa actually. Bonus to all income. Unfortunately, Yoa doesn't have much income to speak of. All right, let's recruit some axemen. Eastmen Marauders, and let's go with one more archer unit. Good. Then Ketel, make your way down to Dun Aberte. Good. So a huge Irish army there, man. There's another Irish army coming over here. Another Hersir over there. Okay. Spear, Hirdman. Yeah, so far so good. Okay. So Ketel's marching this way. Eirik is preparing at Yoa. Eirik is also getting quite old, 54. Be interesting to see how good Ketel becomes as a king. We shall see. We shall see. Finnbogi, Kormakar, right. Okay, good. Next turn. So Kel Deltane actually has a lot of income to it. That's why when we lost it, we lost a lot of food and a lot of income. Because Kel Deltane has an iron mine to it, it reduces the upkeep to all units, which is really cool. Good Guile. Let's see, Kormakar has leveled up. We'll keep improving their scribdom, shall we say? Yep. Orkneyar and Ulev have declared peace, which is fine. Oh my god, here is the descendants of Niall. Okay, that was the army that left Kel Deltane. They're probably coming to Dun Averte to face off against Ketel. Which is fine. Absolutely fine. In which case, I think we can bring down Eirik here to Kel Deltane. Because we'll recruit units over there. Good. We'll get that back. Thing to build? No, nothing else to build. Okay. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Improved weapons and armor. That ain't gonna stop us from taking back what is rightfully ours. Next turn. Let's see what the Irish end up doing. Let us see. Powys. Allies with Gwynedd. Enemies of Lagan. Sure. More money from them. I like it. I won't say no. Plus, I'm probably not going to fight Wales anytime soon. Yes, they do. Not very good reinforcements at that. Kern Spearman, Kern Swordsman. Oh, this is probably going to be a walk in the park. Do we fight this, considering the bar? Nah. Auto-resolve. Fight aggressively. Decisive victory. Do we replenish? Now let's just ransom. More money for us, please. Alright, next turn we destroy the Irish attack on us. Ooh, Welsh Rebellion, interesting. Dun Averte. Eirik, take it back. Occupy. Okay, good. Because there's a big fishing jetty there. Gives us a lot of income, as well as the iron mine. Yeah, it reduces upkeep for everyone. That might be worth investing in, actually. Okay, here we're going to recruit, actually reduce taxes a little bit. For Eirik, we're going to recruit the Norse Hersir. Should we do that? Here, Ketel, go take care of these idiots. Down they go. Keep getting that money. Increase that tribute, +1 influence to the faction leader. Oh wow, so much money. And finish off them. Well, down go the Irish, or Ulev. And we'll go with Quartermaster here. Ketzel's amazing, actually. Open-minded, word is bond, increases his command. He's a good leader. Rider, I mean, that's worthless. Skillful, that's really good. And he has Quartermaster. And he's quite young, and he has a wife that gives him lots of sons. Ketzel is so amazing. Alright, we're going to take Dun Averte because it's rightfully ours. And this is where we have our market buildings. Do we have access to trade? No, not quite. These are just a whole bunch of trade buildings, that's all. Industry and markets. Okay. And it's, the storm's getting a little bit annoying here. The lights are flickering a little bit. Okay. So we're going to take the time to replenish before we end up attacking Ulev proper. So here's what the plan is going to be in attacking Ulev. So our public order is about to go down the drain, shall we say. We might even want to prepare for that. Reduce the public order that way. We have a bit of a food shortage. So we're going to send Kettle to raid the eastern part of Ireland. We're just going to sack and raid. We're not going to conquer. We're not here to conquer. We're here to get a lot of money and build buildings to prepare for the long term. And then Aidic is going to attack the western parts of Ireland. In fact, Dublin, are you at war with anyone else? I would love to attack Connacht, but I suppose that's not going to happen. Orkney, can you become our vassal? Obviously not. You don't like us. Dublin. Yeah, they're probably not going to like us for too long. Or Dublin. They're probably not going to like us to the point of an alliance, which is okay. Okay, now we need to get in with food production, trade wharf. Dun Averte is a little bit too risky. Though Yoa might be quite good. Harbor, that increases trade, that's going to take 8 turns. Is there something else that we can build which can give us food right away? Let's see, this will take 8 turns, it'll take 10 turns, it'll take 8 turns as well. Nothing fast. So in that case, let's keep the tax level up just to make sure that we don't have a food shortage. And then in this case, what can give us the most amount of food? So that'll give us 10. That'll give us 15. That'll give us another 15. Let's see, Dun Oleg will be built in 7 turns, which is going to give us, I think it was like 20 or another 15 food, I think. The trade wharf we can build in 6 turns, that'll give us +8 food. That's not enough. Oh, the granary, we're about to get the second level of the grain silo. Grain, that's going to be grain pits, that's 30, 50, that'll give us 20 production, so we can actually reduce the tax rate here. And next turn we'll actually take care of the food shortage. So that should be fine, actually. That should be fine. Any units to recruit? Well, I mean, we have a food shortage as is. We might want to do... because these Eastman warbands are pretty bad. Let's merge them. And let's recruit... see, we're going to get the grain silo in 1 turn, so that's going to increase it to 12. Let's recruit this spear Hirman or this Norse Hersir. Let's go for the Hersir. Be much better. So we'll give Eirik a couple of turns to replenish. We're going to give Kettle a bunch of turns to replenish since he's taking quite a few hits. In fact, we might actually merge a couple of units and disband a couple. Don't need this Eastman warband just to make sure we have a food surplus. Let's see, what else? Is there anything we can construct? I think we go with the iron mine at Kel Beltane. Reduce the upkeep to everyone, to all units. Long term, that makes sense. So we have high tributes. We need to pump up that market income to gain the best from tribute. And we're about to go on a massive raiding expedition, so this will be fun. Probably next year, in the spring of next year, just to give us a chance to replenish everyone. And again, I'm preparing Kettle as my heir apparent. Since he's quite young, Eirik is a little bit old. I don't want to invest much in Eirik, our king. I'm more sort of looking into the future, actually. Research. Let's go with up into Warrior Society. Just make sure that we have the highest quality military units. I mean, come on. Okay, so we're gonna... How much replenishment's going on here? Quite a bit, in fact. Eirik. So, Kettle has a really good army here. I think we want to go with one more spear, Hirman. A nice axe corps. Let's recruit a couple more units for Eirik, I think. Let's see, Eastmen Axemen or Eastmen Marauders. Let's go with the Axemen. Yep. Good. I might even sail Eirik over to Dun Averte, since there's a lot of replenishment that's in Dun At because of the grain silo. Or we might just send Eirik westwards. So where is Eirik going to go? Probably Eirik is going to attack Dun Saburgi from the sea. And we're going to send Eirik to hit Latharna, and then probably Dunpatriarch, or Dunpatrick, and then Carolyn. We might even raid inwards a little bit. But let's see, let's take 1 or 2 more turns of replenishment, and then we'll head out and raid. Let's go raid. Let's go get that money. Mostly sacking and raiding if we go inland. I'm not here to conquer Ireland. My main conquest enemy is Orkneyar, actually, and Scotland. Kirsten declares war on conspirators that assassinated their king. Interesting. Is that a civil war that's going on? Or is this just that there's problems going on in Scotland? That's probably more like it. Okay, so Eirik. I think we're going to bring Eirik down to Dun Averte, and then let's send Kettle. Is Kettle ready to attack? We have Eirik raid in this area, and then Kettle will raid in this area and down here as well. Do we take a couple more turns of replenishment? think we do. I think we actually go raid next year, just to make sure that all of our units are in good condition. Yeah, let's do that. Let's wait. Let's make sure that we have high strength, and when we hit, we can go for a long-term raid or sack operation, shall we say. Okay, Dublin Ergela. Do they have any ports? No, they're all inland actually. Dublin has taken most of the ports as it is. Okay. Right, so a couple more turns. Couple more turns. Yep. It's a greater plunder indeed. Tribute's good. Expedition is low, but that's about to change. So when am I going to focus on Scotland? I'm not sure exactly. Not sure yet. Maybe when Edic dies and Hakon takes over command of the greatest Viking army, we might do like a double attack where we send Hakon northwards around the northern part of Scotland, and then like Kettle attacks over land. Where's this? Lightning, damaged buildings at Upper Crossan. That's annoying. Okay. And there's reduced public order, but that's okay. Don't need another garrison here, or improved garrison. We're fine as it is. Could build the pottery. We'll save the money for when we actually have to invest in more buildings. Right, the Greater Viking Army. Right, so we're going to attack in spring of 891 BD. So we're not going to settle Ireland because that's Dublin's territory. We're here to raid and sack, and then we're going to head to Scotland to take it over. And then we're just basically going to roll up England from the north. What are the benefits of tribute? Church? I mean, that's worthless. Cultural benefits? We have no church income, so we're going to withhold tribute. Yeah, and then next turn we attack. I think Edic will be able to get to Dunseburgi, but we'll send Kettle over. Should we just send Kettle over southwards past Dublin? Nah, that's too far away. So I think Kettle will go raid Caroline and then head back to Dunpatrick or Dunpatrick, probably. And then we're going to have Eric raid in this area between Grian and Eilich and Dunseburgi, something like that. Cormacher imbecilic plays. Development offensive masters. Now we get to upgrade everyone. Eastmen Huskarls, I love it. Norse mailed Hersir. Yep, let's get to upgrading. Great axes. Then next turn. Perfect. Just before we go and attack, we have a whole bunch of upgrades. I love it. Love it. Just as the Vikings are supposed to roll with this. And Warrior Society, we're going to get a whole bunch more replenishment to that. Then probably after this, we might go with either defensive tactics, just to have access to all highest quality units, or we might go for spearmen units. because we're lacking in that. Then maybe agriculture afterwards. Maybe agriculture while we're raiding. Not quite sure yet. Thumbra, Strakloots, Dublin. I'll probably never have that alliance with Dublin. We're here to get money from Ireland. That's the whole point of it. To reinvest in our construction. Nice. We've got the iron mine at Kildeltane. Right. Let's go raid. Kettle, head down to Carolyn. And Eric, head down to Latharna. And then we're going to go in. We're going to take Latharna, sack it. We're not going to occupy, we're just going to sack it. And then we're going to probably raid England. There we go. And we're about to get a whole bunch more food production, which is perfect considering warrior society, where we do need more food overall. Nice. Is everyone ready for a whole bunch of money? I think they are. So I don't actually know why I'm going for Warrior Society. I think I'm going Warrior Society to just completely research that line, that tech line. Royal Lodge, whole bunch of food, excellent. Dunpatrick is quite a big city. We're gonna sack it later, but first we go for the smaller stuff. We go for the smaller stuff. Sack it. Alright, got some money, and let's reinvest it in probably Kildeltane to increase the upkeep reduction. Yep, and that'll take 8 turns. So it'll take a while, but I think it's worth it. Okay, so where should Adic go next? Place where we can land? Head towards Moybile. Yeah, we'll land south of Latharna. So we sacked it, then we're going to sail around and sack it. We're not here to conquer. We're just here to get money. So there's this Irish army, Warriors of Eru. They might be heading towards Kildeltane, so I'm actually going to stop that construction there. And they might head towards Dun Aberte, so actually maybe bring Adic back to make sure that the Irish here don't make it towards the land. Okay, in that case, Dun At... I think we build the full-scale granary in Dun At just to make sure that the replenishment is maximum, and plus it'll give us 20 more food, so let's go for it. Good. Very good. Steinborg. Ulev. Yeah, they're heading towards, they're gonna probably land actually north of Dun Aberte. Can I catch them? No, not quite. Though they might head towards Kildeltane, so probably we could run over to Dun Aberte and hire one more unit. Or we could pursue. Here, let's run over to Dun Aberte. Replenish for return. Even hire someone. Let's Marksmen, champions, armored defenders requires armored defenders, right? We'll do that much later. So maybe we hire someone. Great axes. We could go with Huskarls, but we don't have access to Huskarls yet. We could go with a shield biter. That'll take time to replenish. Could go for some cav. 300 gold. Just have low food, and we're just gonna take a massive hit from of food from the warrior society. So maybe we'll just pause with Adic for the moment. And Kettle, go ahead over to Carolyn. Sack it. And do we storm Patrick? Might be worth it. Or we could head down further south and raid this entire area. So a nice trade route here to 525. That's a lot of money there. I wonder how much raiding income that'll give us. So I think we're gonna sail back closer to Dunpatrick and set our fleet to raid stance, and then we might run over and sack the city. We'll see. Okay, so we got more money. What could we do with it? Yoa! I think we improve the monastery so that we can then build the blacksmith. It'll also give us more public order to counteract these mines, so let's do that. Good, good. Is there one more hunting lodge that we can build? No, that's the maximum hunting lodge. Okay, good. Warrior Society is next. I like it. I need to send a message here to one person, just quickly. We're in bankruptcy. Oh, we're about to get a whole lot of money. Okay, so they've taken Keldeltane, of course, and they've hit a... Again, it's an important food area there. So, Warrior Society, recruitment, that's more food upkeep. Infantry logistics. We actually don't want that currently. We might actually want to go agriculture right now to make sure that we have supplies and have access to the watermill. Fertile lands. Or do we just keep improving our units? And bringing bodyguards and companions, that's not something we're sort of interested in. Military prestige. Companion, this is really nice though. Requires Rizza General to rank 10. We're sort of en route with that. Lords of War. This is actually really good later game. Let's keep improving our units because that's our advantage here. We might want to go full taxes for a turn or two. Let's see, attrition and Yoa, probably because there's a lack of food. Okay, at this point let us actually recruit a couple of units. Warbands, don't have much money here. Axemen, let's go actually raid if possible. Let's see, cost 25 total campaign movement, minus 50%. Wounded, Great local reading trade routes for wealth. Sudriyar Lev. Let's try this. We're gonna run over here and set to rating 396. Nice. I think we are gonna actually attack Dunpatrick. We have a very powerful army here. Might as well use it. Beltane. We're gonna leave Adic here to replenish for a turn, and then we're gonna head over to kill Beltane and take it back. And then from Kill Beltane, I think we'll actually run over to Dum Siburgi and sack it. Good, good. Unless the Irish end up heading northwards towards Yoa, that'll be annoying to deal with. I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll retreat. Or I'm hoping that they retreat, actually. Yeah, Ule, they've come back. South of Britannia, and don't care. Dublin, Connacht, you're back to war. Can I have some of that action? Wow, look at West Saxa, they're on the roll. Here, Dublin, why don't I join your... Oh wow, you really don't like us. Okay. Okay. What if I join against both of these enemies and you pay me? Let's see, so Connacht and Ergiala, maybe not Ergiala then. And how about you pay us? No, they don't want us to pay, or them to pay. Okay, sure. I want to try to increase our, for some reason, rating in, oh right, we're rating in blockading Dublin. Whoops. Let's raid this. Quick save. And we're not going to fight this manually. I mean, this is a cakewalk. Sack it. Increase that tribute. Nice. And I think it's actually time to land and sack this entire area. Oh, so much money, so much money. Seasickness. Well, us Vikings don't have seasickness. Okay, let's go neutralize this Irish army. Suffer various penalties. Let's quick save. And I think we can just do this, we can auto-resolve this. We have an advantage in most of our units. And we fight aggressively. Perfect. Let's ransom and pursue them. Good, and now we'll take back Kill Beltane. Perfect. That worked out very well. Alright, in terms of construction, copper veins, that's just more money, don't need that. Well, I mean, we all need more money, but should we focus on food production? 56, we're about to take Kill Beltane back. Let's keep the tax rate up for one more. Let's see, lead veins, monastery buildings. There are no monasteries for us to construct. That's the whole problem. Well, I mean, we have one monastery. regions and adjacent provinces. Well, that works. Do we need the thing? Herring trader would work. Salt pans would also work. Fishing jetties would also work. That'll give us a huge amount of food. Let's work on our food production infrastructure. Let's get to work on those fishing jetties. Pottery, don't need anything there. That's fine. Let's keep that money for the time being. And Kettle is actually going to land near Mordbile and Moidbeal. Again, I wish I knew how to pronounce this. And then we're going to send in Eirik to take back Keldelting, and then we're going to go raid and sack Dun Seburgi. Nice. So far, so good. And now that we've gone to war with some more Irish factions, we can go raid and sack towards the west of Ireland, pour in some more money. Nice, we completed the granary, and now we take Kelzeltane. Occupy it. Thank you very much. And here we could... So first of all, we reduce the tax rate because we don't need as much food anymore. We might go for the trade wharf. Increase the market income. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. Kettle. Time to land and show the Irish what Vikings are. Yeah, that was my mistake with Dublin. I took that. I have no idea why I took that mission, by the way. No idea. Objectives, create an alliance with Dublin. I mean, it's not going to work. War with Kherson, that would work. And then Dun Caeldin will inevitably raid sooner or later. But yeah. When they gave me that decision to make, that was one mistake. Definitely one mistake. Oh well. Eirik, improve your quartermasteriness. Quarter mastery. And then, who's this? This is Finnbogi. Governor will improve your scribe. Keep improving that income. Right, Yoa is having occupation problems, but that's fine. Let's bring Eirik down to raid Dun Seburgi. Yeah, it should be fine. I think we'll be able to take it with Eirik, despite his rather beaten up army. Sack Moidbile. We might end up actually taking it and using it as a replenishment base for us to go sack these other areas. And we still have all this. We have Kel Allied to sack. We got areas down south here in the center, over here. There's plenty of places to sack and raid. Alright. Money? I think we improved the pottery maker now. Dunaverte is actually our main trade port, or main source of trade buildings. the main trade port is actually Bornese. That's where most of the trade income comes from. Right, 512. Okay, right, we have an expedition forming up soon. We have tribute increasing a lot. Good. Alright, let's just keep rolling. The life of a Viking, right? Vikinger. And Thor is still mad outside. Oh well. What can you do? Except sacrifice some goats for him, I suppose? I suppose. Mortality of bees. Farm. Ooh, man. Low supplies. No, not the bees. Where actually did that occur? Was it just in general? Oh, it's just hitting us everywhere. Ugh, that's nasty. Okay, we're gonna go for defensive masters and make sure that we have maximum unit tech. Alright, Dumsuburgi, let's go get it. Night attack, quick save, and we'll auto-resolve this. We have the advantage. And we're going to fight aggressively. Nice. Sack it. Plenty of tributes. Nice. Okay, and then in that case we will build the iron smelter at Keldeltane. And wow, we took quite a hit to the troops there, so I'm thinking we raid for one turn and then we head to Dun Aberte to replenish the troops of Adic's army. And let's see, Kettle, let's go sack something. Wow, 504, that sucks. Nice, we have another expedition waiting for us. Good, and I think we're going to bring Kettle down to Latharna, and I think we're actually going to take Latharna and have it as our main base of operations. Plus there's a church and a fishing wharf, so it'll give us food to work with. So that'll be, I think, Adic's base, or Kettle's base. I mean, South Ireland there isn't much to do, because we're not enemies with anyone there. But we have Western Ireland to deal with. Think about it. Okay, Keldeltane. We do need to build that round tower to improve public order. But is there somewhere else where we can improve our food production? Thing that'll just improve public order. And Keldeltane is the next fishing wharf here. Maybe let's go with the round tower first, then we'll go with the fishing jet, just to improve our public order, since this is our main industrial base. Right. Okay. See, where would we like to send our expedition next? Maybe past Francia and into the Mediterranean? Let's do that. Whenever we get the event. Do we actually want to fight a war against Dublin? I don't think so. Rebels in Keldeltane, of course. Okay, we're gonna head south. Faction destroyed, Legan. Man, that's annoying. Seriously? I was just a 5%. Oh well. Here, let's pump up the textile just one bit. Yeah, Keldeltane is such a hotspot of activity. Sack Latharna, and I think we just take it. Do we take it? Yeah, let's take it. It's our main base of operations. $720. Let's just dismantle it, and this thing will wait. We don't want to repair anything there quite yet. I think we want to send the money somewhere else. It's more industry, but that'll take a hit on the public order. What the hell? Let's repair. Let's repair. Okay, the next target will be Wraith Ludig. And then probably send Kettle out to the west of Ireland here. Defending Viking territory is very difficult to do. Right, so Latharna is going to be our base of operations in Northern Ireland. That's where we're going to send our armies to exit Ireland. Cultural benefits, XP for generals. Yep, let's pay that tribute. Mission succeeded. We succeeded? We didn't eliminate. Oh, we did. Who destroyed Kirsten? Strat-Klut defeated Kirsten. That's weird. I thought they were allies. Okay, that's fine by me. Alright, Adic, take back our land. Quick save and auto resolve. Lost Norse mailed. Hersir, that's okay. Occupy. And I was about to upgrade that. Oh well. Alright. Sack and can't quite raid, so we're gonna head over to Wraith Ludig. Latharna, we're going to switch you to a priory when we have the chance. Right. Food's back, so let's go for reduced taxes. We go for even further reduced taxes. Nope. We need a high tax rate or a higher tax rate. Okay. Keep going. Are there some more units that I actually want to recruit for Adic here? So that's 560. Nah, let's be safe. No, they're too expensive. Great axes. Yeah, they're a little bit too expensive. We'll wait with Adic. Right. Why am I not conquering Ireland? I don't know. I like the money more than I like taking the land. Yeah. Plus, I want to focus on England less than Ireland for conquest. Aha! An Irish army at Moygbile. Who's a carpenter? Gisli. Perfect. That's actually a really good trait. This is actually a perfect time since Kirsten is down, Orkneyar has our flank. We can actually attack Fokla and Strat-Klut once we're done, obviously, raiding. Oh yes indeed, I'll see us through. But the next thing is the blacksmith. And then that'll unlock the industry. Right, that'll unlock the industry tech tree. Good. Sack. What do we have in Wraith Ludig? Sheep herd. Nah. Nothing of interest. Ukrainian Alich. See, we're probably gonna run over to Ardstrafa and sack it. Or do we head down towards Moig Bile to fight this army of Ulaid? That's probably a better idea. Heck, why don't we actually take this province here of Dunsaburgi, or this province, what it's called? Dale Nradi. Why don't we just take it? Have this as our base of operations to work from. Why not? Plus that'll secure this area for Keldeltain and Dun Abate, so that we don't lose these two rather important minor settlements. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Okay, so for Adic, how old is Adic? 58. Ugh. Kettle. How's the family coming along? Styrmir is 14. He's a bastard. Haraldr is 7. Ivar is 6. Hakon. Too expensive to get a wife. You can go wifeless for the time being. Tax level is fine for the moment. Yeah, this is fine. I think we're actually going to bring Adic back to take Dunsaburgi once he's done putting down that rebellion in Keldeltain, reducing the occupation there. And then, heck, could we even just do that now? Or maybe a couple of turns. Let us replenish a little bit. Then we're gonna take over Conair. Yeah, we'll do that. Then we'll have a nice base in the north of Ireland. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then we can send in raiding parties rather than by sea. We can send raiding parties by land. The west lies ahead. Let's continue south. Cormacher is going to marry Kristen towards all the factions, +1 influence, +5. Cormacher is a governor. That's actually really pretty good. I give my blessing. Alright, let's go take Conair. Ooh, another Potter. Nice. This army is probably, under Dunkad, is probably going to take over Latharna, but that's no problem. Here we go. Time to maybe do some upgrading. Then Axe Warriors. Oh yes. Enemy blood will indeed flow. Right. What's the garrison of Dunsaburgi? It's probably replenished all the way back up. Okay. Patrick is still recovering. It's hilarious. Okay. So when am I going to shift my attention towards the east, towards Strat Klut and Afokla, and start pushing down southwards into England? I'm not sure. I'm having quite a lot of fun raiding Ireland for the moment. I want to establish a base in Ireland, and then I'm going to go raid some more in Western Ireland. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And I think we're one of the strongest factions, actually, tactically speaking. There's very little that the Irish can actually do to prevent us from basically just bullying them. Just as the Vikings did, that's for sure. Not always successfully, but yeah. Okay, I think they sacked Letharna just now. Yeah, they sacked it. Well, you know what this means. We kick your face in. Destruction. Yep, ransom. Okay, and then Aedic can now come down and take over Dunsaburgi. That'll complete the province. I'd love to sack it and then occupy it, but I think it's just time to occupy. Tribute is high. Nice. Now we just need to assign a governor. We're not going to assign Hakon because he's a commander. Preacher. Church. I mean, there is a church here. Horseman, champion rider. I suppose we can go with Ingi. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Your loyalty's fine, which is good. Your governance is pretty good. Let's take a look at you. No, that's not it. That's not what I wanted to look at. Ingi. Let's take a look at you. What do you look like? Preacher, loyal, politician. Politician's pretty good. Corruption minor. That's he's actually a really good governor, I gotta say. Yeah, really nice. Okay. From Bogi, Gisli, Kormakr, and we've still got the Justicar, but we're not gonna do. Oh, Kormakr is the Justicar, right? To keep him happy. Right. Okay. Nice. Very good. Okay, then Letharna. Let's repair Dunsaburgi, that's the main one here. Then let's repair the fishing jetty. And we'll have to do 908. Jeez. Okay. Where off to next? Let's see, what if we reduce taxes even further? Nope, not good, not good at all. Because I want to send off another expedition. Aedic, I think we want to head over to Kel Alave. Ruth Kruachan. Wow, that's a big city there. Probably don't want to attack that. Probably just want to go sack some settlements. Let's see. Wow, that's a massive rebel army besieging Dublin. Dublin, how'd that happen? What if we just take over all over Northern Ireland? Could we do that? Of course we could do that, but why would we? Why would we do that? A base of operations to take over Ireland? Let's take a look at our objectives. I'm going to go for the long conquest territory for the ultimate victory. I'm not here to control the ports, so probably... I mean, sure, let's take over Ulave. Why not? Do we do it? Do we do it? What are the other objectives? We've got to go raid them, kill them. Dublin doesn't like us anymore because we've consistently, shall we say, alienated Dublin. Though apparently our relationship is improving again. Though Kettle needs some time to replenish because I don't want to lose those shield biters. So probably rest in Latharna. Why don't we just actually ask for peace with Ulev for the time being? And ask them to pay up. Excessive? Well, but we arrange a marriage. How about that? No, she's too old. No, I don't like that. Vassal? No, they don't want to be a vassal. Okay, well then at least pay us. Let's go with 3,000. How about that? Okay, how about 1,000? 1,500? How about 2,500? Okay, fine, 2,000. How about 2,100? They want to stop at 2,000. Okay, we'll do that. And what about military access? No, they don't like it. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's fine. Let them rebuild so that we can come back and raid them again. Okay. War fervor increases. And we have maximum tribute. I like it. And in that case, let's actually go build that iron smelter finally and kill Beltane. Let's see, so we've made peace with Ulev. What if we make peace with Connacht? Or should we go and raid here? It's just there are a couple of difficult areas to raid. So they have this single area at Kel Alev. We could go raid there rather than sack. Do that. Not a very profitable trade route, though. Maybe just ask for peace and refocus our efforts maybe towards Strat-Klut against the Scots. Maybe. I think at this point I actually kind of want to disband a whole bunch of these cheap units. First merge them. It's just that I don't really like the Eastman Warband. It's really bad in comparison to all these excellent high quality warriors. Where else could we raid? Could just like declare war on all of Ireland and raid it to no end. Yarmuma? Who doesn't like us? How about that? Vedra Fjordur, or Vedra Fjordur. They're fine. Osraige, too far inland. Ooh, Gwyneth. Nah, Gwyneth is fine. They're allies with Powys, whom we're friends with. So that's fine. Connacht, Taimuma, Twadmuma. Could go raid Western Ireland. So Connacht, these two rebel provinces, and Twadmuma, maybe Yamuma? Yarmuma? Sort of stay away from any major problems here. Or do we actually go to war against Athfokla and Strat-Klut and start building up the Great Viking Army? Because I would love to send another expedition. Okay, how about we do this? So I would like to start shifting our attention towards Strat Klut, because it's becoming a much more powerful, you know, it's becoming strong. So here's what I'm thinking. We send Adic westwards to raid and sack and pillage in Western Ireland. Heck, we might even declare war. There aren't a whole lot of places to land, though. So maybe actually Western Ireland isn't something that we do. There's just a single port that has good access. Let's ask for peace. Ah, okay, well, they need to be taught a lesson. Okay, in that sense, in that case, we're going to send Adic over to raid in Western Ireland, and we're going to send Kettle to Dun At to start preparing for the attack on Strat Klut. And I'm thinking we might recruit an army for Hakon to sail all the way around Orkneyar and attack Afokla from the northeast. Basically prepare in that sense. Or maybe have Hakon take over Adic's army once Adic dies, and Adic's, the Greater Viking Army, will go all the way around towards Orkney and then attack from the northeast. Maybe. We'll think about it. But Kettle is going to return to Dun At. Kettle will be the main striking force. Right. I don't want to raid Wales. Nah. We could go raid West Saxa, possibly. Fervor has decreased. Well, once we go teach Connacht a lesson here, probably won't be any more problems there. Oh, look at that mobility. Look at that mobility. Okay, Dunseborgi. Okay, let's repair the monastery here. And there's nothing else to actually build. So we're going to send Kettle. Could go raid. There isn't much to raid though. So I'm thinking, here's what's going to happen. We're going to go to Kel Eleth with Adic, sack it, and then we're going to post a fleet out here and raid. Because I don't want to alienate everybody else. Not quite yet, shall we say. Some Huscarls. Melee damage 65. So much power there. Right, this shouldn't last too long. Right, okay. So the grain pits. Let's see, so we have the abbey here. What could we build? We could build a church. What would the church do? We'll just increase the income from churches. And the small priory does that. We already have a lot of food as is, so I don't think we actually need the grain pits here. Though it does serve as a base of operations in case we do want to fight in Ireland, so maybe actually it's a good idea that we have grain pits there. In that case, that's fine. Pottery maker that increases market, income, and industry. There isn't much industry here, unfortunately. It's okay. Okay, let's go to the next turn. Alright, so we're preparing for the war against Strat Klut. Alright. Alright. Expedition, the Galician coast. Their ships reach the lands at the far western end of the Iberian Peninsula. The coast shows a face-off high cliffs by flooded river valleys, one of the rockiest sections protected by a towering lighthouse built by the Romans. Now to raid or vassal? Let's raid. Let's do it. Ragnar's heirs. Okay, so the Viking faction is fighting itself. Okay. And so switch to the priory here. That tribute's fine. The replenishment, so amazing. Okay, no one to recruit for Kettle. Might need a couple more spearmen for Kettle here, so keep that in mind. Tons of more swordsmen. Good, so far so good. And we're still aiming to build the blacksmith at Yola. Aedic, keep making your way down to Tel Alev. There you go. Might want to actually increase the tax level a little bit. We do need to improve public order in the province of Yola, though. That'll take some effort, since there's a whole lot of industry going on there. Ugh. Might need a station of permanent army in Yola, actually. We'll think about it. Alright, so I think we're gonna live stream for a few more minutes, maybe 10 more minutes, and then we're going to finish the stream there. And then we're going to come back at around 8 or 8:30 p.m. to play some BattleTech. And we're really looking forward to that. We've got full tech, missile units. We don't care about missile units. We care about the sword, the axe, and the shield. Trade would be quite good, but I think if we're preparing for a long-term war, let's see, train spearmen, spear band, recruitment costs, elite spear infantry. I think we can go. We don't need traditions of the spear, but I think we can go towards master spearmen, and then afterwards we can switch to agriculture. Yeah. Agriculture to get the watermill, regional traditions, irrigation, estates, just to improve, food production. Yeah, we'll do that. Do we need actually any of this sort of community? I mean, the artistic advancement is quite good, and church music is quite good. But aside from that, educated nobles is quite good too. It's okay. Shield biters, berserkers, yeah. And then Eastman axe warriors into Eastman mailed axemen. Yeah, we're taking some attrition, but it's okay. We're going to replenish up very quickly. Geesley, let's improve you as a scribe. Perfect governor. Love it. Alright, let's build the blacksmith in Yola to improve the industry capabilities. Let's see, what does the blacksmith do here? Industry, blacksmith, forge. It improves weapons and armor capabilities. Tools would have been nice and better, actually, but we'll start with the blacksmith. Okay, Aedic, where you at? Let's go sack this place. Lovely. And we're going to raid in this area. Raid the Connacht trade route. Let's see, we have more money. Where could we put it? to use. Dun Averte, market and industry. This will increase just trade and food production as well as market income. A North Coast. Welcome to the live stream, North Coast. It's unfortunate that you come at this moment because I'm going to finish the live stream quite soon, but you're still welcome. And to answer your question, how do I feel about this game? First, I gotta say, after playing lots of Warhammer and Fantasy, Total War, this is actually quite refreshing, because there's a lot more, shall we say, consideration that has to go into building construction, that came out wrong, or redundant, in economics. There's a really interesting dynamic that is annoying, but I think we need to adapt as players, is the fact that there's this dynamic between cities and minor settlements. With minor settlements, they have no garrison, so all they need an enemy army can just march in and take it over, whereas a city has its own garrison. So you have to protect your minor settlements, which are actually to some extent more important than your cities. So I think that I actually like that dynamic. The recruitment system I like a lot, where you don't have specific buildings that allow you to recruit units. You actually have to muster units overall, rather than sort of basically wait for a few months to gather up your troops. So just like real life, interesting. Well, I suppose you could say that. We can obviously debate what is more real life, but I think it's another interesting interpretation of strategy and sort of mechanics of mustering and economics. So I would say that Thrones of Britannia is refreshing, and but it's not the next greatest Total War. Absolutely no. It feels very local, and feels like, if you enjoy this historical period, highly recommend it. Okay, so for more construction, Bornase, let's pump up that fishing jetty, more food. I also like that the recruitment system is tied to your food production. That twists the recruitment to a whole nother level, which I actually enjoy quite a bit. And I also like how they changed public order. It's no longer a limit between plus 100 and minus 100. It's now, if you have a negative public order, that's also the percentage chance of a rebellion occurring. And I think I like that more than having predictive rebellions in a sort of a plus 100 to minus 100 public order limit. It feels a little bit odd, I gotta say. Okay, so Kettle. Right, so we're sending Kettle over to Dunat to replenish and get ready to attack Strat Klut. And the aim for Strat Klut would be basically Guvan as the main base of operations, and then we can clean it up. Sounds like a neat twist. I think so. I do think that the focus on food makes recruitment much more makes population basically a important feature, and sort of food production important feature. Like, there's now an element of chance. Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's sort of the Clausewitzian approach to illustrating strategy and the chance of war, right? Oh my god, Gisli, you're the perfect governor. Okay. Kettle, let's get you to Dunat, replenish, and let's go to Adik. Adik, let's just raid. 413, that's quite nice. Right. Low loyalty. Who has low loyalty? Styrmir. Hum. Gisli, you're the Chamberlain. Styrmir, the son of Kettle, the bastard son. Muster, okay, reduces cavalry, women decisive, shabby. has 10% chance of having children. I also like the art. Looks great, wonderful style. Yeah, the art style that they chose is really nice. Funny, so +1 morale, knock to foe, commander's Argon, night attack. So Styrmir is a little bit weird. He's kind of a commander. I mean, he is a bastard son, right? He's sort of like a blank slate. I have no idea what to use him for. I gotta make sure to ensure his loyalty. So I think I'm gonna actually give an estate to Styrmir. I don't want to spend money for him to seek a wife. So because I want Haraldr and Ivar to be Ketil's main children producers, shall we say? So yeah, let's give an estate to Styrmir so that he stays quiet. Here, go knock yourself out. And right, there we go. Maybe we might end up. Well, Styrmir, he's the bastard son, so I don't really like that idea. So maybe not give Styrmir command. Okay. More construction. Yoa. Public order. I think we go with the bell tower here. Or more food. Let's go with the Great Round Tower, just to make sure that public order is okay. Okay. Right, Ketil is replenishing, getting ready for the attack on Strat Klut. We'll probably attack next year? Maybe? I'm thinking. Might even recruit another army in Northern Ireland to raid and sack in Ulev. But we'll see. Let's try to get a peace treaty with Connacht, actually. Excessive. Could you give us money? Let's go with 1,000. About 1,100. How about 2,000? Insulting. Okay, how about 1,500? Give us all your base. Okay, 1,400. 1,300? Okay, fine. 1,200. That's where you said fine. Okay, no, 1,100. I definitely want money from it. Okay, great. There we go. I think I'm still gonna keep Adic here raiding. Or maybe... Okay, I think actually, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to send Adic all the way to Yoa. We're going to take a pause in Yoa. We're going to use the blacksmith to upgrade all the units with better weapons and armor. And I think actually at this point we're going to put Hakon in command of the Greater Viking Army, and we're going to recruit the full complement. In fact, we're going to disband all these hilarious Eastman warbands that we don't need. So we're gonna put Hakon in command of that army, and then we're gonna send it all the way around Orkney and prepare to attack Athfokla here, basically in unison while we attack Strat Klut. So in fact, we actually want to recruit a couple more units for Ketil here. Let's go for the Spear Hirdman so that we have one more Spear unit. And, ooh, another Huskarl unit. That would be so cool. Let's see, how many Axemen do I have? So we have one Berserker, one Huskarl. Do we need these Eastman Marauders? I don't like them as much. They're not as good as the others, so I think we're going to disband him. So one Spear unit. Maybe put a Huskarl unit with Hakon's army, actually. In that case, so one Spear unit. We don't want too many Berserkers, I think. Small unit. We'll give a berserker to Hakon's army. Eastmen champions. Ooh, that would be really nice. They encourage. Great in the second row. Long axe, great axes for flank attacks, possibly. So that's 17, so we can go with 3 more units. Definitely spearman, spear hirdmen. Don't need more archers or skirmishers. We could go with 1 more cav unit. But do we need it? I mean, we're Vikings. We don't care about cavalry. We have 6 units of swords as the core. We could go for another long axe or great axe unit. Maybe a couple more Eastmen mailed axemen? Or Eastmen champions? Second cavalry unit, maybe a melee cavalry unit. Let's go with a second cav unit to skirmish with the enemy and to hunt them down. And let's go with actually another great axe unit. And that'll be Kettle's army. And then once Aedic's army gets to Yola, we're going to recruit up to the maximum. Okay, at this point I'm gonna sign off for now. I thank you all for joining me for Thrones of Britannia, where we're trying to recreate the next Great Viking Army. Also, with this live stream, I've been experimenting with the external mic that I have in preparation for a special live stream coming up, and a new live stream series, shall we say. But I will be back tonight at 8 or 8:30 p.m. where we will be playing Battletech, so I hope to see you there. If I don't, have a great morning, evening, night, or day, depending where you live, and I will see you very soon. North Coast, the mic sounds good. Excellent, thank you for the feedback. If there are any problem. 8 or 8:30, what time zone? Eastern Shore time. I'm currently positioned on the eastern coast of the United States. So I will see you then for Battletech. Thank you very much, and take care.